Thank you so much for joining us today and participating in our Sunshine of Your Life podcast. Meet my special guest, Paulina.
Hello.
And Paulina has come today to speak with us about her community vision when it comes to entrepreneurism as well. Paulina is an artist, and her husband is it a beekeeper?
Yeah.
So it's a pretty interesting, unique story what brought Paulina and her husband to the Valley here. So welcome.
Thank you.
And so how are things going in your kitchen?
Fantastic. I own Hungry Rooster food truck. I'm sure you've seen it around last year, parked downtown in Vermeer. And it's been a great season last year, and I just love how the whole community welcomed me here and just embraced the new business. So I'm really happy with how it went. Hungry Rooster, basically, I have homemade perogies that my mom makes on Vancouver Island.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah, and I do tacos and some bunch of other little things, but that's what I specialize in.
Lovely. Well, I can hardly wait to try out. Are you opening up for the season?
Well, my official season will start probably in the end of May, beginning of June, but I am actually opening especially just for bike swap event that's happening this Saturday.
Oh, how exciting.
So I'm opening 2 months earlier just for that day.
Where is this going to be taking place this year?
At the Vermeer Community Center. It'll be parked right by the door.
Okay, is that the new community center?
Absolutely.
So where the new public library is?
Yeah.
In Vermeer,
Yes.
and you'll have your food truck parked and open this Saturday.
Just for that one day. So I hope everybody comes in and gets their pierogi fix and taco fix, and then get some nice bikes.
And then so you'll be opening up. So you'll be closed for a little bit, and you'll be reopening in May.
Yeah, the end of May, beginning of June, I'll do the hopefully the Vermeer market, and as well as Radium Market and lots of different festivals and events around the valley.
Okay, so you're mobile.
I am, absolutely.
Okay.
The rooster's on wheels.
Neat. And Paulina, do you plan to be in the same spot you were last year, right on the main strip in Vermeer, or?
I think I'll be moving a lot.
Okay.
This year, so I might be there a few days, depending how we can work this out, but you will definitely find me on Saturday at the market, and possibly a few other festivals and events that are going to be happening in Vermeer.
Well, that's exciting news. Did you have the Hungry Rooster when you were on Vancouver Island as well?
Absolutely. I started my truck 7 years ago, and so I was one of the first trucks in Victoria that opened up. It was incredibly busy and fun and exciting and hard.
Wow, I can
all
imagine.
At the same time. But I was very fortunate. I had a great support and lots of people, lots of followers, and lots of events and markets, and so I was really busy. And prior to that, I owned a restaurant in Victoria for 14 years, so I have lots of experience in the business.
Wow.
Running my own business. I actually probably worked for myself most of my life.
That's very admirable. My husband and I had tossed around the idea of opening a small restaurant at one point, and man, I'm glad we didn't, because it seems like a lot of work.
It takes over your life for sure, but it's very rewarding.
I have actually a girlfriend, Kelsey, who we've been playing football, and she's from Vancouver Island.
Okay.
And I had mentioned to her that I met you at your clothing exchange. You had hosted a party last weekend, which was amazing. You're an amazing hostess. Thank you so much again. I had such a great time. And Kelsey said she had seen your truck on the island, and she's so looking forward to coming out to trying your food this summer. You're only open in the summer season, so we have like an influx of tourism here in Vermeer, so a very short period of time where businesses can kind of make or break, right? So what are your thoughts about small businesses in the area? Have you found a lot of support from the community?
Absolutely. I mean, it really helps that Vermeer is a busy little town in the summer.
Right.
I'm used to busy summers, and winters I basically close. So my business specifically runs only 4 months out of year.
And was it like that on Vancouver Island as well? I'm just trying to get an idea.
Yeah, well, we don't have as much winter, but yet it would start basically in May or April and finish in October.
Okay, so you have like a tourism season as well.
Absolutely, and then I would shut down the truck and then do other things and paint and enjoy my family and go away
for
wonderful. Vacations. Yeah.
So I'm curious to know about your painting. How you've been painting for how long again?
Well, I've been painting since I was little, but really started exploring with different medias in my early 20s and evolved now. I'm in my mid 40s. So it's been a while on and off. Obviously, when you have your own business and family, that takes away a lot of your time. But moving to Invermere, I found that I have more time. And I have a beautiful studio that I give little tutorials out of, so my friends and people in the community can come and see me and learn some different medias and share my space. So yeah.
Oh, beautiful! And where's your studio located?
In my house.
Oh well, I didn't get a tour.
Yeah,
I must have missed it. Next time.
Yeah.
I'd love to come back just specifically to have a tour of your art studio. I've been an art student now for, I don't know, I would say a serious art student. Well, not even serious, but really interested in learning art for about 4 years.
Oh, fantastic.
So definitely my creations still turn out and look like I may still be in kindergarten, but
it's art is just so open, and it doesn't matter what you paint and what you do. It is your expression of how you feel and what you love about art. And I think everyone looks at art and they can either love it or not like it. It doesn't really matter. It's art.
And it feels so good in the moment, you know, especially I find when I'm with my girlfriends and we're taking an art class and all of a sudden the room goes quiet and all you can hear is it's
3 hours later.
Yeah, and you have fun and
Yeah.
conversations open up and you just, you can laugh a little as long as you can take it lightly, right? I find when I start getting too serious about what I'm doing, it can get frustrating easy, but it's worth it to do it and do it again. You know, try a second time and see what you can produce. So for this specific piece you brought, can I interpret it a little bit?
Sure.
Is it I was going to say octopus, but now I'm thinking spaceship in your mind.
Sure, it could be.
It's
jellyfish.
Actually,
it's because I've been so long on the coast, I mostly painted nature, trees, jellyfish, things like that.
Right.
It's got a lot of acrylic and quite a bit of ink in it, so I put ink on top of acrylic, and that gives that really bright, fun effect. So there's many layers on it. It's one of my bigger pieces, and I like it. Yeah.
I really enjoy the colors. Like, you know, the more you look at it, more colors pop out, and it's just amazing how you can put all those colors into one piece. Like, I especially love your, I don't even know what color that is. Like, it is so pretty, but it's almost like a neon peach. Yeah, that is so adorable.
And my other media that I've been exploring for the last maybe 4 years, which is absolutely fascinating, and a lot of folks in Invermere have taken some tutorials from me, and they just love it because it's an adventure. It's ink and alcohol painting, and you basically work with a special ink, and you put 99% alcohol on top, and the reaction is that the ink spreads, and it's kind of a transparent and bright and moving, and so this is mixed media with ink and alcohol.
That is so amazing. I just watched a tutorial for this style, and it's so new on YouTube. A friend of mine who's an artist, they kind of pour paint into piles. I don't know if it's the exact same thing.
No, it's different, but I know what you mean.
And then they pour some substance on top, and it gets that really cool psychedelic, I don't want to say glommy, because glommy doesn't sound so cutesy artsy, but wow. And then you added in the texture with that. Did you paint that owl? Or
Yeah, it's bits and pieces, some painted, some collaged.
Right.
I'm just exploring myself, mixed media, so fabrics and, all put together. It kind of works on a special paper called Yupo. So yeah, it's fun.
That is so beautiful, Paulina. So tell me more, you're offering specific workshops, or do people just register with you for private classes, or?
Usually I just gather a group of 8 the most, and I call it Sip and Paint. I'm sure some of you have seen it on in Vermeer Classified. I've posted some classes there. Usually you can rent a studio with the group if you have between 6 and 8 people, and you can visit and bring some wine, or I have tea, and you can sip and paint with me.
Wow. So I'll have to watch for your next workshop, because I am entirely interested. Like I said, I'm a newbie artist, but I love learning from other people right now, and especially using different like mediums, like what you're doing with this guide. So you can come in for either like an acrylic abstract type style paint lesson, or something more along the lines.
Yeah, I usually post what I offer on a certain day, and it's not my full-time job or anything, but
but you're doing it quite regularly.
But I'm doing it, I've done it maybe 8 classes or so already, so it's been really fun to share the space and the love for art with the local community.
And we do have quite a flourishing artsy community in this in Vermeer, just a small area, and people are even talking about with the small businesses, it's almost like the arts community is taking over a little bit. I don't want to get political or anything, but it's a really good thing. I believe art is so nourishing for your soul. For me personally, I believe it's like therapeutic, and it's expressional, emotional, as well as mentally therapeutic, right?
I agree, 100%.
And it can heighten your creativity, which helps you to feel deeper connected to everything.
I actually had few people come in from the art community who's never done that media, and they're amazing artists, and they painted with me, and they just couldn't believe how fascinating ink and alcohol is, and they were just so pleased that we could share that passion together. And so I'm very excited that there's a lot of art in this city. Very, very excited.
I think it's more of a village. Sorry to correct you, but we're not close to a city yet.
Town. Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to one of your workshops. I definitely will be in attendance. Okay. And what I want to know, you're such an inspirational leading lady in the arts and entrepreneurism. Who inspired you to kind of be your authentic self? Do you have any?
Well, I would have to go back to my roots. I grew up in Poland, and I immigrated from Poland when I was 13. So I have to go back to my grandma, who I've watched cooking all my life, and my mom, who's taught me basically everything I know about cuisine. I took school for cooking and restaurant management, and I am a chef, but really where I learned the love for food is from my family.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And hey, guess what? My grandparents are from Poland.
Oh, nice.
So my mom's parents.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you should go back.
I may go check it out. I don't know, like, is it a safe country to visit?
Absolutely.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, how people get an idea, like an image in their mind about different places. And I'm equally drawn to go visit Brixham, Devon, England. That's where my dad's side kind of stems back to. So 1 year. I've got a bucket list. So do you go back quite frequently, or?
Not as much as I would like to. I was just there in February for my dad's 70th. He's there. And my whole entire family is still there. So my mom's side and my dad's side, I have lots of cousins and lots of roots there. So I really love it there, but definitely this is home here.
Maybe I can get a job pinching pierogies with someone in your family, so I could go visit the old country too.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how progressed and amazing, like those countries where you would think, it was communism when I left, and now it's a whole different world there. Yeah, everything is available, and there's infrastructure, and tourism is blooming, and arts, and everything is there. So yeah, it's easy travel.
Okay, well, it's moving up there. I'd also love to visit Montreal. Have you been to Montreal?
I have. It's an old city. Yeah,
Old
it's
city.
beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm the type of person that would like to just see some like old bridges
Mm-hmm.
and graveyards. I don't know,
Uh-huh.
architecture.
Mhm.
So, other than that, I don't know. I like nightlife. Have you been to Winnipeg?
Nope.
That's where I moved here from.
Okay.
So, if you ever get a chance to visit Osborne Village, that's where I lived for a few years before I came here, and it was, I think, the heart of the city where all of the culture and all of the nightlife and just the good vibes existed there. So, and all of the most beautiful architecture. Like, I love downtown Winnipeg.
Oh.
Absolutely love it. Osborne Village. Are you reading any good books? We were just talking earlier. I borrowed a book from you. One of my favorite authors, Paulo Coelho.
Yeah.
What have I read by him? The Alchemist, Down by the River Piedra, Sat Down and Wept. Have you read that one?
No, I haven't. No.
Are you reading any good books today? Or
Actually, yeah. I just read Nightingale, which is a book about World War II. It's happening in France, about two sisters. It's a true story. It's a beautiful, sad but inspiring book on World War II and these two women and how their lives were so different.
I picked up a book on around that time as well. It was in Invermere's book study group, and it was based around that war and in one of the cities where they had to keep a hospital open in one of the war-torn cities. And I couldn't get much past the first couple pages because it just devastated me.
Yeah, it is heartbreaking.
Yeah, I'm not there. I will go back to it. I will go back to it eventually.
Something lighter.
Yeah. Yeah, so do you have any plans to do any gardening this spring?
Absolutely, yes.
You're a gardener?
I am. I have a few gardening boxes in my new home, and I like to actually get rid of all the grass and put more food in. So I like to grow vegetables for sure, and flowers and sunflowers. And right now, actually, I'm working in Winterberry Nursery.
Oh, okay.
Just helping out with the big spring rush.
Oh, wow. That is such an immaculate place to go visit and pick up flowers and just enjoy the atmosphere when it's in full bloom.
So either I'm painting, cooking, or gardening. Or hiking. Or climbing.
Okay. Well,
this
June, I'm hoping to get a small group of people together to do a few short hikes, easy moderate hikes, and some yoga out in nature. I don't know if you like to do yoga.
I do love to do yoga. I did lots of yoga in Vic. Yeah, just trying to find that time to fit it all in. But yeah,
you have a pretty tight schedule.
I like to keep busy.
You like to keep busy.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about the nightlife community in Invermere? Do you find it's pretty quiet?
It is. It is coming from a city like Victoria, and also having to go to many festivals with my truck, what I was specializing mostly in Vic. This is a great place for me right now. It's quiet. I miss dancing a little bit, but you can always go out to the bar here if you really wanted to, or just throw a party in a house and dance in your living room. When I was set up last year in Invermere downtown, I found that at 4 o'clock everything was shut down, and the city turned into a ghost town. And part of me said, wow, that's incredible. People actually go home and turn on their barbecues and hang out with their families.
Hang out on the deck.
And, see their friends. And that's great. But then another side of me is like, well, that's when my business ends, because all these other businesses would shut down and it would just be very quiet. So there's two sides to having a quiet community. I personally love it. That's why we moved out of city to come here and be in a smaller smaller town with a tight community and lots of nature around.
If you're ever wanting to get out of the house on a Wednesday, we have open mic here at the studio. So we get up to about...
Don't get me singing now. I can
come
maybe paint a little
on.
bit, cook some, but not sing.
Okay, well, we'll see about that. I said that too the first 10 times or so, and then I got encouraged to get on the microphone. Now I won't get off.
Good for you.
I'm usually the first one up there.
Fun.
But anyways, and you don't have to play an instrument. It's just a really good time. We've got a really great group.
Okay.
So some people kind of know each other, and some of us are complete strangers, and it's just all about music. You can come have a cup of tea or a coffee. Have my little latte machine set up now, so I can make you a latte.
Fun.
And we're just a hop, skip, and a jump away. So right in Invermere. But the whole intention was to get a little community going after hours that didn't revolve around going to the bar. I know it's easy if, whenever you want to go and have a few beers, I'm always down. So if you ever want to hit Ular, give me a shout.
Okay. Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights here
nights.
at Shasta Wellness Studio. Yeah, we just have a few rows of chairs set up for spectators, and everyone kind of just finds their little spot to get their groove on. And I usually end up cutting a rug.
Nice.
Yeah. It's been really, really a great turnout. Since October, we've been doing it now every Wednesday.
Wow.
So yeah, anyways, just saying, if you want to come out.
I'll keep that in mind on my Wednesday night.
Yeah, grab a girlfriend or two, or bring the hubby, or come by yourself. Yeah, I'm so grateful that we got reconnected.
Yeah.
We had crossed paths last year at a similar, we went to Teresa's house.
Yeah.
And she gave us a little tour of her garden, and I think everybody brought some snacks. We had a glass of wine on the deck, and it was just nice to get to know everybody for that brief encounter. And it's neat how our paths crossed again.
There you go. Well, I'm hoping that my husband will come to speak about bees.
What is your husband's name? I'm sorry.
Jonathan.
That's my husband's name.
Jonathan Fisher. He works for Beeland, and that's one of the main reasons why we came to Invermere, is to he got this job opportunity here to work for a full-time beekeeping position.
Oh wow!
For his uncle.
Okay, that's right in the area here.
Spiller Machines. It's in Spiller Machines, but the bees are spread throughout the valley, so he gets to tend to all the bees, and the store, the headquarters is in Spiller Machine, called Beeland. Yeah.
Oh, Beeland! I think I've stopped there before.
Yeah, it's a
they
cute
sell
little place.
bee honey and bee wax.
They sell lots of
candles and things.
Yeah.
I bought this beautiful Mother Teresa wax candle for my mother one year from there.
And you didn't want to burn it.
I don't know if she still has it, but it had this really beautiful prayer in it, and I've shared it with a few people, and they think it's the most beautiful. It's a translation for Our Father, but it's in a different translation. I'll have to let you read it. I have a copy of it. And the people that have read it really, it resonates with them because of the wording.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so, I just get shivers thinking about it. And that's my one big memory. Other than one year I went there in the winter and I got stuck at the bottom of their driveway. Forever. I had crap tires on.
Yeah.
And I seem to have been stranded there for a little bit.
No, I'm really, really fortunate that we made home here, and the community is so great. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who has welcomed us with open arms. Not just we made great friends already in the last year and a half, but also the community has supported my business, my art. The city of Invermere have been so understanding and open to having a food truck in town, which is sometimes tricky with cities, but they've been great. So thank you, everyone.
Oh, that's beautiful. And hey, while I have you, I have a young boy at home who has a lot of chef training. I don't know if you need a...
I do.
Okay.
I will be hiring for the summer.
Okay, perfect.
So I do need some fun people in the truck for sure.
I'll mention it to Gabe when I get home.
His name's Gabe.
Yep.
My son's name's Gabe.
Oh, another coincidence.
There you go.
We should sit down and talk some more. I bet you we have lots more in common than we know about.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much again for taking time out of your evening to come and
problem.
talk with me.
Thank you. Thanks.
And to talk about your art and
you.
to share the opportunity for everyone else to contact Paulina to check out her upcoming art classes and workshops. So if you're not on the class, because I haven't seen any of your posts, so
I have a Facebook page called branchout_creative.
Okay.
Branch Out Creative.
Branch Out Creative.
And that's where I usually post my work and any classes or any ideas or inspirations. I usually post it on Facebook.
Do you have any inspirational mottos, like day by day, this is how your outlook, like that you can share with us to inspire us to be deeper creatives or go-getters?
In terms of art or
Either.
business, I think for me is why I try to wake up with the positive attitude, and I'm not the type of person that just doesn't do anything. I want to do things, so whether it's gardening, art, now being part of a tight community, contribute in any way I can, and just really loving myself for who I am and how I am, and keeping healthy and active. That's it.
You sound like you're in love with life, and I admire that. That inspired me too. That's a great mindset. Yeah.
If you feel like you failed in something one day, there is also a tomorrow and the next day. So don't feel bad about it. Just step out of it and say there is another day. And also, someone told me once a really interesting thing that's stuck with me in my head is a lot of people put a lot of money and effort into your house, your home. They change carpets, they put new roof, they update their kitchen, they put so much money and effort into their home, but they put so little money and effort into your body, which is your first home. So this is your home, and you should put some effort and attention to yourself. So whether it's yoga or a treatment or a new hairdo or a retreat or whatever, you should be doing that for yourself, because alternately this is your first home.
That was so very elegantly said. Thank you so much, Paulina. That's a wonderful mindset.
You're welcome.
Love it. Love it.
So when I go to a hairdresser and spend lots of money, I don't feel bad about it at all.
She's like, I say that every time. Oh, beautiful.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So you have an enjoyable evening, and you have a busy day ahead tomorrow. I'll just love this art. It's so beautiful.